Hello everybody, my name is Marina. Welcome to our webinar, Independent Testing of Sales Apps and CRM Systems, Popular Questions and Common Myths. I would like to introduce our speaker Vitaly, who will tell us about independent testing of CRM systems and answer the most frequent questions from our clients.
Hello everybody.
Firstly, let me say a few words about Kietis Lab. Kietis Lab is independent provider of QA and testing services. We are located in Ukraine with head office in Kyiv and provide our services worldwide. We have more than 250 professional QA engineers and provide all of kind QA services for various industries. So let's start. Vitaly, please tell us about the independent testing, what it is, and please explain the concept of it.
Independent testing is a set of tests performed by one or more professional software testers, which are involved externally to ensure objective testing and quality assessment. It gives companies an opportunity to be more focused on business affairs and solve capacity issues. The independent QA team is involved only in the quality assurance process of the company and helps to arrange or improve QA activities. Moreover, it provides a fresh look at the overall QA process and quality of the product.
Okay, great. Thank you a lot. So product companies, in most cases or in some cases, conduct internal testing and may be satisfied by the result. So why should they engage the independent testing control? And maybe is it better to than in-house QA activities?
In-house QA model certainly has its benefits. Still, there are situations when internal efforts isn't enough and additional resources can be a good solution. For example, pre-release overloads. When it comes to release, there is always much work to do. Even if all separate units had been fully tested and all the components come together into one integral product, there are a lot of issues that appear on the surface. Secondly, a lack of time for testing or required competence. Trying to launch the product faster, often there is not enough time allocated for testing, so QA is compromised in favor of quick market launch. A good decision in both cases is an external QA team. With independent QA provider, you can scale the team in a few days to meet deadlines without overtimes. Also, in case the budget is limited, engaging a third-party QA provider can be a rather cost-effective way to get additional QA resources and form the testing infrastructure for specific QA goals.
Okay, thank you a lot. And I think it may be interesting for our listeners whether we can combine the effort of in-house QA and independent testing provider. And if so, what are the benefits and how it can be implemented?
Yes, I will gladly answer the question. Actually, many companies choose to combine their in-house teams with independent QA efforts. There are a lot of reasons, and one of them is to relieve in-house team, delegate the time-consuming or low-priority tasks, and get a fresh look, able to find new bugs. One reason is to get services of QA engineers with expertise in their field, avoiding recruitment process. Also, to meet deadlines, having more than 200 devices in-house, having more than 200 in-house testers, we can extend the team urgently and cover tasks quickly. Next reason is to automate tests and spend less time on manual testing. Also, is very important to test the product on various mobile devices. because we have more than 200 iOS and Android smartphones, tablets, Mac, and PC. And the last reason, I think, is to reduce the budget on QA.
Vitaly, thank you a lot for the detailed answer. And I think we talked mostly about independent testing in general, but if to talk about exactly about CRM systems, what it is essential to check during testing such system, and what is better to pay attention to?
To create a checklist for testing CRM correctly, a QA engineer should understand the main task of any CRM. The main task is to increase sales efficiency and customer service. Therefore, first of all, you need to qualitatively check all communication channels with the client. For example, when installing open or direct lines with popular social media services, all communication with the client should be conducted without delays and saved in chat history. Also, CRM should be compatible with IP telephony and use all its functions. For example, recording conversations, automatic call forwarding, automatic launch of answering service, etc. Such functions need to be checked especially accurately.
Okay, CRM system really has such a interesting functions and very specific. Are there anything else commonly tested in CRM systems?
You need to check the correct operation of robots and triggers. For example, automatic sending of the emails to the client using particular templates. A client should automatically receive a letter with promotional offers and company news after he registers on the site and doesn't make an order within 2 hours. Or another example, if one more than if one if more than a month has passed since the last purchase, the customer should receive a promotional code for a discount. And it often happens that such letters are not sent. The chance that a one-time customer will grow into a regular customer is greatly reduced. Another very important point is checking CRM updates. Before the release of each update, you need to test not only the new functions that the update carries, but also make sure that the old functionality works excellent. The bugs can appear in the most unexpected places, and it's very important that the QA engineer who tested CRM even earlier, prior to the update, is engaged in testing and knows all its functionality perfectly. He will be able to detect more bugs and will do it faster than others. Such update will be really useful for the user, will increase the reputation of the developer company, and will not create a lot of problems, as is often the case.
Okay, great. Thank you a lot. Really useful examples. And if to talk about the recommendations on how to test the CRM system, what can you recommend?
Yeah, each system needs an individual approach. An experienced, an experienced QA engineer should not only conduct a quality check, but also identify weaknesses and give recommendations to the customer for further product improvement.
Okay, thank you. And let's talk about something interesting like typical issues and bugs in CRM systems. So, can you enumerate some examples?
Yeah, any experienced QA engineer knows that the more complicated functionality is, the more bug it contains. Modern CRM system is a complex product which uses many other additional services. A lot of critical bugs could be found during testing the integration of CRM with external services. Also, many bugs are found during checking communication channels and integration with social media services. For example, it often happens that CRM doesn't see an incoming call on an IP phone, or an incoming call comes in when the customer has already heard 5 rings in the receiver. Also, often happens that messages on Facebook do not come to CRM at all. and you have to correspond directly on Facebook. In both cases, the user of such a CRM is close to losing the leads, and buying such a CRM certainly has no purpose. But it's worth checking not only the interaction with other services, but also the internal CRM processes and use cases.
Okay, great. Thank you a lot. So we talked about CRM systems, independent testing, and also I would like to touch such a topic as some common myths on independent testing, since some companies may doubt to engage the dependent QA. So for example, there is an opinion that it is time consuming to find the independent provider and cooperate with the additional QA team. So, Vitaly, what do you think about it?
We are quite flexible and quickly engage into the process, adapting to the existing processes.
Okay, I think it can be a reason. So another one myth is that independent testing might be not secure enough to share important data. So CRM systems may have some such data. So what do you think about it?
To guarantee the security of your data, we sign the NDA and keep the professional service agreement. So there is no need to worry about security matters.
I see. So maybe the question concerning the control, how vendors' activities could be controlled from the company, from the side of the company.
Well, to optimize activities, we provide full test documentation and detailed regular reporting. Due to the transparent workflow and effective management, the client has a full control over the process.
Well, Vitaly, I think I'm really satisfied with your answers, and I
Thank
hope
you.
our listeners as well. So, especially concerning the myths, so I think we ruined and broke them in some way. So, when it comes to start the cooperation, maybe there's also that such question is reason. So, what we should do to start the cooperation?
In our case, it's very simple. Contact us to discuss your requirements. We sign the NDA and get access to your environment. Then we sign a contract where we agree on testing scope, deadlines, and work model. And here you are, start of cooperation.
Great. So I think from my side, there is no questions, and I think your answers were really great. So I think we will wait for some questions from our audience. So please let us answer your questions. Um, Let me see if there are also some questions. I see a question concerning how does an external team cooperate with the in-house project team? So let me answer. So I think I can answer this question too. So there are several stages of cooperation workflow which we propose. Firstly, it is necessary to recognize the demand, analyze the requirements. Then we plan our work so we can prepare the estimation of the project, set the environment and QA team. So then it comes to preparing the test documentation. The following step, it is testing itself. So when we execute test cases, provide bug reports, manage the bugs, then retest the fixes, and also we can provide some recommendations on how to improve the quality of the product. So in general, it looks like that many also depends on the project as well. So whether it is short term or long term. So I think this question maybe can be discussed additionally with the precise company. So I hope I've answered your question. Um, this was question, sorry, from Kate. And we have another one question from Vitaly, not our speaker, but with the same name. Do you use mobile devices for CRM testing?
Yes, of course. Most CRM systems have a mobile application for Android and iOS, so it also should be tested as well as on the desktop. Also, we do the cross-browsing testing on mobile versions of popular browsers. There are all models of iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, different Android phones and tablets in all our offices that we use for testing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, okay. Another one question from the same listener. Um, what testing types are most frequently used for CRM testing?
Most of the time we spend on functional testing. And in addition to the functional testing, we also conduct security and performance testing. I would like to mention that we have highly skilled QA engineers in security and performance testing. And of course, we always perform layout and usability testing because each CRM should be user friendly and the layout should match the designer's mockups.
Mm-hmm. I see. Thank you. So
Thank you.
for now, those are all questions I see. We can wait some time to maybe you will have some additional questions. So we can wait. In general, I see that CRM systems are really complicated products, and usually they involve many features, many functions. So I think testing is essential for it. So, and in case, sure, of course, um, companies may have in-house key testers, but in case there are some urgent deadlines or mm, really some complex cases. So independent testing is maybe some solution.